took my time to sand down all these parts, which took a while to do. Specifically considering how old it is, and some of the parts really needed a lot of work, especially around the arms. The legs were a bit of a chore to do, trying to get the seam line out of these parts. I had to use a combination of God Hands 400, which technically is a little smooth to the touch of your thumb, but I also had these Tamiya sanding sponge sheet 600. This one felt a little bit more coarser, but it allowed me to bend this and sand it down there to get this nice and smooth here, and get this nice and smooth here as well. Yeah, it took a lot of work to do this. I also started to sand down the sides and everything else to clear it up. So the bottom part of the leg is okay. The top part, I only kind of worked on the bottom area, to say the least, because the skirt armor is going to cover it up. But I did everything I could with this. I mean, I kind of had more success with the original Zaku one. The sniper one had a bit of a chore. I'm still, every now and then I keep looking at it and I think I see a seam line, and then I realize, okay, no, that's actually my eyes playing tricks on me, and you do see the actual line showing, like, embedded in there. But if I use my sticky tack, which I'm going to apply it a bit and pull it out. If I don't see no lines, or I don't see nothing's going in there, then I'm fine. Nevertheless, this will be covered up by the skirt armor, so that's not a big deal for me. The arms is the one that I had a lot of work on, especially like here and here, because you don't have the other part going on top of it. Like, you know, unlike the Zaku 2 that has both the buckler, the shoulder buckler, and then the shoulder shield, Zaku 1 only has the buckler without the spikes. Sanding this one also, sanding it down, cutting it, using the saw to carve out that seam line. Now here, I think I mentioned before that if I'm going to sand this down, there's a detail part here, which I did not put on for this. It's not the best, but it's okay. It's alright. Just waiting for it to dry. Painting is going to be interesting, how to do this. The hand, which I was doing the pointy hand thing, I was having some difficulties, and I pretty much destroyed the hand. I couldn't figure it out. I was like, alright. I tried to do something like this, and it didn't work. It was horrendous. It looked deformed, and I was like, alright, you know what? Just going to be another hand. And I'm still cleaning up all the... So what I'm doing is I'm going to be cleaning up all the hands, and then choosing which one to use, because, you know, you never know which would be better. Whether it's going to be a closed hand, whether it's going to be an open hand, I don't know. But what are you going to do? So right now I have this hand here that I'm still cleaning up with the sponge, which is a lot easier to do with a sponge than it is with a stick. Get more control. There we go. Then we just got to put that there. So this is all prepared. This is all ready to go. But we're not ready yet, because even though I'm ready for painting, I need to flesh out the idea of the design of me doing. I like the trench idea. I like to do a trench. So we're going to figure that out right now. And for this, I'm going to move some of the stuff here, just to get out of the way. Bring this down here. And put that there. Now, I'm not going to do this on top of this base because I want to clean up this base and later, you know. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a styrene sheet here. This is actually a 1mm styrene sheet, which I'm going to use to put the base on top of it. This would get this way I can work on it, and then I'll just put it on top. So what I'll need is this guy, because it's already been pre-cut to there, and I think that's actually perfect enough for this. You know what? I just realized something. I think the blade on this is already worn out. Let me see if I can pull out a replacement blade. I'll just put them in storage. It's usually wrapped in aluminum foil. Oh, where the hell are you? I know I put you away someplace. Okay. Let's remove the old blade. It's a shame it's not reversible, like you can actually switch the other side of the blade, or it doesn't have any. But we can open up this guy. I feel like I'm opening up Wrigley's gum. There we go. Alright, so using the ruler here, put this flush. I'm going to give it a little slack there. Ow! Just jacked myself while I was doing that. And I'm going to actually go the other way around. That's, yeah, much a lot easier that way. There we go. Oh wow, blood. Alright. I bathe my blade in blood. This is really thick, so you're gonna have to do at least a couple of strokes here. There's 4, 5, and 6 should do. There we go. That's fine. Let's put that here. See? Blood. Alright, I think I'm going to have to shave off at least 1/8 of an inch from this, so that way it'll be evening it out. So give me a minute while I take care of that, and then we'll flush it out. And plus I have to put a band-aid on this. Okay, now I cut the plate to length to what I want. Now I was thinking, how am I going to put this on? How am I going to do this where I'm going to put this here? But I don't want it to be too heavy or too bulky or too uncomfortable to work with. You have to understand, this Artista Fomo weighs a good 5 pounds. And if I'm going to make this huge mound, obviously it's going to be this weight, but then I probably won't fill in everything, and it's going to cost, I may have to put another one. I want to use it as like smaller side details to give it more depth. I'm going to be using this, but I don't want to cut this a lot. I want to do some sort of weird frame in a way, because I still need to put someplace where I want the battery in. So I decided to cut the remaining styrene sheets that was left over from the initial cut. And I made these little patterns here, which I'm going to do for this, like that, and act it as a kind of like a guide. It's also going to be where the battery component is going to be. As a matter of fact, put it to the side here. There you go. So the wiring, I have to merge. I have some wiring. Get the wiring to go through each end, because also I'm doing this as a serial connection. Is it serial or parallel? I keep forgetting the term. Where one battery will power both lights. So that will go here while I have this set up here, and then that way I have the separations for everything. And obviously this is just a frame in which I'm going to be cutting up and removing and then putting the amount of parts detail over it. For now, I'm going to cut this part here. Give me a second. Where's my chopper? Up there. Chopper. Couldn't use the chopper to cut these guys off, but something like this shouldn't be a problem. To a point. Here we go. And you know what? I should get the better glue. Oh yeah, use this glue, the one that Bob, little Bob. This thing has no smaller applicator. I'm gonna bring him up here like that. And then I'll just put this one. I'm gonna put this in an angle like that. So be careful with this glue. This is very crazy. I kind of learned it firsthand, and I don't want to go through this nonsense again. Yeah, and I see, I already got it on my finger now. Great. Yeah, and then this way, when it dries up, I'll begin to mold the parts over it. Let me just seal this up, because this thing is crazy. Alright, I think that's good right there. Because now I'm going to wait until it dries. Give me a few moments to wait until it dries, and then we're going to form up what we want. So stay tuned for that.